right, we are very excited to introduce one of our newest panels, the Z Series. And this video is to introduce you to the Z Series and the home screen so you can see what sorts of buttons and tools are available to navigate around the panel. So the first screen that we see here when you power the panel on is the login screen. But before I even log into the panel, just a very friendly reminder, how do we power the panel on? I'm going to cross over here to this side and watch where my hand is floating right here in the corner. If you put your hand behind the panel in this corner, you can feel the power buttons right there. So that's how you power the panel on. There are also some menu buttons back there. We will talk about those in future videos, but that's how you power the panel on, and you will end up here at the login screen. Choose your account, however that's been set up for you, and touch it and enter the appropriate passcode or PIN to log in, and there we go. So we end up at the home screen. And as it is with all Newline panels, this is very easy to navigate around. Just by looking at the home screen, you can get a pretty good idea of where things are and what they do, but we'll go over a few of them now. The first buttons that you see here are and this is the default configuration, how they're set up. This can be customized. I'm going to show you that in a second. But right here we have this button labeled OPS. That's for the panel's built-in PC, so it's a very quick and easy way to access that. For other connected sources, we have this sources button right here. Give that a touch, and it brings up this menu. So whatever is physically connected to the panel, you can access it right here. But you can also access Newline Cast. That's our wireless casting application. So that's another quick way to get to that application. We do have a great embedded whiteboard. I'll pull it up real quick. We actually have an entire playlist of videos that allow you to get a good sense of what this whiteboard can do. They were recorded using other panels, but don't let that bother you because the whiteboard application is actually the same. So you're welcome to take a look at that playlist, and that will give you some very good primers on what this whiteboard can do. But yeah, at its basic core, it's a whiteboard. So very, very easy to use. But I'm going to head back to the home screen. I'm going to pop open this side toolbar like that and hit the house button to go home. And yes, we will talk about the side toolbars in a future video, but we're back here at the home screen. I mentioned that we can actually customize these buttons. If we touch and hold one of them, I'll just touch and hold the OPS button. You see now it gives me this menu that allows me to either get rid of buttons or add a shortcut to another place or another tool on the panel. So you get 6 buttons in total, and you're welcome to use those in whatever fashion you choose. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave it alone according to its default settings there. We have this URL bar right here at the top, and that does what you think it does. It's kind of like being on a phone, right? Where you have that URL bar kind of close to your home screen or on your home screen, and just touch that, put a cursor there, and there's your touch keyboard. So you can type in a search term or a URL and have it get to the browser and do that quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and make the keyboard go away by hitting that little down button. We also have, if I just take a hold of the screen, and again, if it's kind of like a tablet, and we don't want to make the mistake of trying to treat this as if it's a tablet, even though it does kind of act like it. It's an interactive display. But in kind of keeping within that theme, if I just grab a hold of the screen and swipe left, that gets me to the page where I have all of my embedded apps. So yeah, it does kind of act like a tablet in that regard. I'm going to swipe it back in the other direction, get back to the main home screen here. The last buttons to focus on, and we have several here in the top corner. There's a button there for alerts and notifications. It's kind of like on a phone, so there's a screen for that if you want to see those. There's a question mark button that actually pulls up on the screen a little tutorial. I'll go ahead and fire that up real quick to give you a sense of, okay, this is how I can navigate. There are the side toolbars right there. That gives me an indication of what those side toolbar buttons do. So yeah, little tutorials. I'm going to go ahead and hit that question mark again, get back to the home screen. There's a button that looks like a gear or a cog that gets you to panel settings, right? And I'm going to head back home with that house button one more time. And the last button looks like a door with an arrow going that way. That allows you to easily log out of your panel, head back to the login screen so that someone else can log in with their user account if there is more than one user account on here, and you don't have to power the panel off in order to make that happen. So I'm going to go ahead and log back in real quick. Last button to show you, right here it says Save Session. This is a quick way, if you've created whiteboard pages or if you've used the panel's screen annotation tools to screenshot something, this is where they go. And so it's a nice way to be able to save those and share them or use a thumb drive. And that's a very nice and quick way to do that. You can end the session here, and this allows you an easy way to either put the panel to sleep or power it off entirely if you choose to do that. I'm going to go ahead and hit that, hit the back button, get back to the home screen. So that's an introduction to the Z Series and the home screen, some of the tools and the buttons that you have to navigate around the panel. So stay tuned for future videos for the Z Series panel.